I'm Rachel Parsons. I travel the planet largely alone in order to get a truer perspective of this amazing globe. No distractions, no itineraries. And I'm ready to show you that traveling solo doesn't have to be so scary. After a few days in New Delhi, we leave for Dwarhat, a tiny Indian village in the Himalayas. The overnight train trip offered surprises I could not have imagined. This is the bathroom, or the toilet, I should say, inside the train. There's just a hole in the floor, two little places to put your feet, and no toilet paper as well. So standing up and balancing on those on a moving train is always lots of fun. Anyway, we're almost to Kathgodam, which is a small village we will leave the train at, and take a 5-hour cab ride up into the hills further before we get to Dwarhat, where we'll be for the next few days. So this is our room inside the ashram, and you can see in typical Rachel fashion, I've already made my hat look like a bomb hit it, because my bags tend to explode when I open them. I don't know what it is about India not having toilet paper. We got here and no one had told us, although I didn't think to ask about towels, so we didn't have towels, but someone let us borrow a couple. But these people and toilet paper, none in the hotels back in Delhi. There's none here. Again, someone let us borrow some, but I don't know why they have their aversion to supplying toilet paper. As it happens, sewage systems in India can't handle toilet paper. After the chaos that was New Delhi, the Indian Himalayas offered up a serene, peaceful atmosphere, or so I thought. We had nice bright sunlight, daylight, beautiful skies earlier this morning, and now, of course, it's raining again, which is the story of my traveling life. But I am here at the ashram that, among other responsibilities, takes care of the cave and the shrine that I'm going up to see at the top of the mountain, which is about 2 peaks over to the north. And as well as taking care of the shrine and the cave and the pilgrims who come through to see that, and taking care of the villagers who are also here in Dwarhat. They run a primary school, so even though I was sort of showing up expecting peace and quiet and a very meditative, serene, calm atmosphere, there are 100 kids about half a block away within this same structure who take school every day, which is fine, but they're loud kids. Oh yeah. Then there are the monkeys. There are a bunch of wild monkeys out this morning. They got here yesterday, and the monastics here said they come around and they actually come into your rooms if you don't keep them locked. Anyway, I was trying to follow some around, but they seem to be camera shy. There were a ton out. And they fight and jump up and down on the roofs all night and keep you up. Just great. The whole reason I came to India was to take a pilgrimage up to a Mahavatar's cave, which is right up here in the Himalayan foothills. It's going to take about an hour to hike up to. But a Mahavatar is a highly enlightened spiritual master like Christ or Krishna or Muhammad. They were all Mahavatars. Now this particular Mahavatar, I'm not going to mention his name, has not been alive for at least a couple of 100 years, but it is said that he does still occasionally show up. Yeah, that hour-long hike turned out to be 3 hours long. Ready?
Rachel, I'm ready to go, baby, up the mountain.
That's our guide, Pawan. I think Mom and I are a little bit slow for Pawan today. Especially Mom. Mom has to rest. This is the entrance to the cave of the holy man I was talking about. This is the reason I've come to India. And again, like every other holy place, I am going to go in and meditate, but I'm not going to be able to bring you. So thanks for coming this far. The more I get around, the more I realize that there are very, very few actual remote, truly remote parts of this planet anymore. I was assuming coming up here to an ashram in a tiny village and then leaving the village and leaving the ashram to hike up to a cave up near one of the peaks in the Himalayas, in the foothills of the Himalayas, that It would be so remote, but there are power lines stretching across the sky, and the hills are just literally dotted all the way through with houses and farmhouses and people and life and stepped terraces to farm, and it's sort of not at all what I was expecting, but it's really, really beautiful. All in all, my trip to India was completely fascinating and utterly fulfilling. India is so complex that unless you've got months to explore, you're never ever going to see everything. So do yourself a favor. Pick 1 or 2 locations that you know you definitely want to see and make the most out of it. And don't be afraid to sweat. Join me, Rachel Parsons, the Peregrine Dane, next time as we explore Israel.